Have you ever wondered why we're seeing an increasing trend of cancer among young people? This is not just a question of idle curiosity, but an alarming reality that we are grappling with today. From every corner of the globe, we are witnessing a disturbing rise in cancer cases among the younger generation. The recent news of Catherine, Princess of Wales, being diagnosed with cancer is a stark reminder of this unsettling trend. At just 42 years old, the princess's diagnosis has shone a spotlight on a phenomenon that's been quietly unfolding worldwide. More and more people under the age of 50 are developing cancers, a reality that is shaking the foundations of our understanding of this disease. Cancer, which traditionally strikes people in their 50s, 60s or even older, is now making its presence felt in the lives of younger individuals. This isn't just a handful of isolated incidents either. An analysis conducted by the British Medical Journal in 2023 found that early-onset cancers, which are usually defined as occurring in patients younger than 50, had risen nearly 80% globally between 1990 and 2019. In the United States, a study published in JAMA Network Open in the same year concluded that the occurrence of a wide range of cancers among people under 50 had increased between 2010 to 2019, particularly among women. From royalty to everyday individuals, no one is immune to this alarming trend. This rise in cancer cases among young adults is a wake-up call, urging us to delve deeper into the causes and implications of this global health issue. As we navigate through this complex and challenging landscape, it's crucial that we arm ourselves with knowledge and seek out ways to turn the tide against this rising trend. Cancer is not a single disease, but rather a collection of related diseases. It's a complex, multifaceted enemy that's been stealthily shifting its target demographic. One striking trend is the surge in colon and rectal cancers, which have seen a startling 63% increase since 1990. In fact, in 2019, there were roughly 5.7 cases of colorectal cancer among every 100,000 people aged 14 to 49. Contrast that with 1990, when there were only around 3.5 cases per 100,000 people. But the increase isn't limited to colorectal cancers alone. Other common cancers in adults under 50, such as breast, cervical, and skin cancers, are also on the rise. These remain the most likely cancers to develop in this age group, but the spotlight on individual cases, like the tragic loss of actor Chadwick Boseman to colorectal cancer in 2020, has made this ominous trend more visible. In addition, the landscape of cancer has evolved to include other types previously less common in younger adults. Cancers of the bladder, kidney, ovaries, pancreas, prostate, thyroid and uterus are now significantly more common. This shift, documented over the nearly 3 decades of global investigation, paints a concerning picture of the evolving face of cancer. So what we're seeing is a broad wave of change, a change that's touching more and more young lives. The face of cancer is changing, with more young people than ever before being diagnosed. These statistics aren't just numbers. They represent real people, real families, and real lives disrupted by cancer. As we move forward, understanding this trend and its underlying causes becomes even more crucial in our collective fight against cancer. Behind these statistics are real people with real stories, each one a testament to the shift in the age demographic of cancer patients. Health professionals are witnessing this change daily. Among them is John Marshall, director of the Rush Center for the Cure of Gastrointestinal Cancers at Georgetown University. His career spans decades, and he's seen the face of cancer evolve. In the early days of his practice, it was rare for him to see a patient under the age of 50. Cancer was an illness associated primarily with the later stages of life. Fast forward to today, and the scene is vastly different. Half of his patients are under 50, a statistic that would have been unimaginable in the past. And these aren't just numbers on a chart. These are individuals who, from the outside, appear to be the picture of health. They're young, active and fit. They're in the prime of their lives with dreams and aspirations that stretch out before them. And yet they find themselves in the fight of their lives against a formidable adversary: cancer. Initially, the majority of these young patients were diagnosed with colorectal cancer. But as time went on, Marshall began to notice a shift. More and more of these young patients were presenting with cancers attacking other parts of their gastrointestinal tract. It's a trend that's not just confined to his clinic, but is being observed across the medical community. It's a stark reminder that cancer doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care about your age, your fitness level, or how healthy you seem. It can strike anyone at any time. It's a sobering thought, but an important one to remember. It underscores the urgency of understanding why this shift is happening and what can be done to reverse the trend. So, as we delve deeper into this topic, remember the faces behind these facts. The young patients who are bravely battling this disease. The medical professionals like John Marshall who are on the front lines treating and researching these early-onset cancers. They aren't just statistics, they're real people with real stories. And it's those stories that fuel the fight against cancer. Cancer doesn't discriminate, it can affect anyone at any age. It's a reality we must face as we continue to unravel this complex issue and search for solutions. What could be causing this increase in cancer among young people? This is the million-dollar question that has been keeping researchers on their toes. As we delve into this mystery, we find several potential culprits at play. First up, let's talk about dietary factors. A review published in Frontiers in Nutrition in 2022 pointed out an unpleasant truth. Our love for deep-fried, processed, high-fat foods and sugary beverages might be doing us more harm than we think. These dietary habits were identified as significant risk factors, particularly for early-onset colorectal cancer. On the flip side, a diet low in fiber was also linked to increased risk. Next, we have alcohol. It's no secret that alcohol and health complications often go hand in hand. But did you know that higher alcohol consumption is associated with an increased risk of developing cancer early? Yes, that's right. Your Friday night drinks might be doing more than just giving you a Saturday morning headache, but the factors contributing to the rise in young adult cancers aren't confined to what we eat and drink. Our environment, too, seems to be playing its part. Take microplastics, for instance. These tiny particles found in everything from food containers to synthetic clothing eventually find their way into our bodies and our gastrointestinal tracts. And there's growing concern that they could be a contributing factor to the increasing cancer rates. So, as we can see, the causes behind the uptick in young adult cancers are multifaceted. It's a complex web of dietary habits, lifestyle choices, and environmental factors. And while we may not have a definitive answer just yet, one thing is clear. Our lifestyle and environment may be playing a bigger role than we realize in this rising cancer trend. Cancer is a formidable adversary, but there are things we can do to fight back. The first line of defense is regular health checkups. These can help detect any potential signs of cancer at an early stage when treatment is most effective. A balanced diet also plays a crucial role in maintaining good health and reducing the risk of cancer. Opt for a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Avoid deep-fried, processed foods and those high in fat. Reducing the consumption of sugary drinks and desserts can also decrease the risk. Reducing alcohol consumption is another step towards healthier living. Studies show that higher alcohol consumption is associated with an increased risk of developing cancer. Moderation is key. Environmental toxins, such as microplastics, are a growing concern. These tiny particles are found in everyday items, from food containers to synthetic clothing, and can make their way into our bodies. Awareness and understanding of such potential hazards can help us make safer choices. Early detection is crucial in the fight against cancer. Regular screenings can catch the disease at an early stage, improving the chance of successful treatment. Do not ignore any unusual symptoms and seek medical attention promptly. In conclusion, we must remember that the power to change the cancer trend lies in our hands. It's time to take control of our health and be proactive in our fight against cancer. Regular checkups and lifestyle changes can make a big difference. Remember, the power to change this trend is in our hands.